Hey everyone, here with a quick guide for all the challenges in the finales of the Chop Shop robbery missions. First up, we're starting off with the Gangbanger Robbery, which will require you to have no cops life lost, jailbreak in 3 minutes, and King Tiny having at least 75% health left at the end of the mission. Each of these individual objectives will give you $10,000, and if you manage to do all of them, you'll get an additional $20,000, resulting into a cool payout of $50,000, on top of the fact of course you can sell the vehicle to your heart's desire. Once you land at the helicopter on the Mission Row police station, you want to make sure to stun gun the cop next to the door and then start throwing the BC gas inside of the ventilation units. The easiest way to go about this honestly is stand directly above the ventilation units and aiming directly down so your character just simply drops it in there. Rinse and repeat for all 4 of them, and once you are at the 4th one and are done with that, you want to immediately start making a run for the stairs. Don't stay on the ventilation unit, because I had it happen to me that while the cutscene played, my character sunk inside of the ventilation unit and I was stuck, so keep that one in mind. After the cutscene has played, you can make your way inside of the Mission Row PD, and it's probably also a good time to mention that doing the optional mission can help out a little bit here by having a few less cops, but I'd say that the difference in between having the mission done or not isn't really all that huge, though I'd say it might make it a little bit easier, and the optional mission isn't really all that long. It kind of goes the same with all the other contact missions, but we'll touch on that later. Once you are in the main area, you want to make your way to either of these 3 rooms where you should be able to find the cell keys. It is of course, as per usual, an RNG kind of drop, so just search between these 3 rooms and you should be able to find it relatively easily. If you find any cops, by the way, make sure to only use your stun gun and do not melee or use any sort of lethal force against them, or else you will fail the no cop lives lost challenge. Once the cell is open and you've acquired King Tiny, you want to make your way outside. There will be 2 cops rushing towards you, so you can decide to either stun gun them or just ignore them, but I'd say try to see if you can get a stun gun on them so they are decapacitated and you'll be able to make your way through the exit without any harm. Then of course pick up the weapons, shoot down the gate, and then make your way to your getaway vehicle, which you should have parked over here during the prep mission. I'd say that the other location that could be okay too is inside the garage, but the other one definitely not. Once you're inside, immediately jump down into the sewers, and if you are quick enough, you'll be able to hide in here until the cops go away. Your main goal is going to be to get to LSIA, so if you want to avoid cops while making your way to LSIA and you think you're confident enough with that, you should be able to do so. After you dropped off King Tiny, you will want to make your way to the location to pick up the Turismo, and then you can drop that off at your garage and mission complete. Very simple stuff, shouldn't take you very long or any sort of difficulty at all, but yeah, the main thing here really is to pay attention to the cops' life, that you don't start shooting them as soon as you get any lethal weapons, because this is for the entire mission, so do not kill any cops ever. Next up is the Duggan Robbery, which will require you to get over 15 headshots, disable the target vehicles on the first attempt, and also reach HOW within 1 minute. All of these are pretty doable. Let's get right into it. The 15 headshots are going to be something you should focus on right off the bat. In the first room you can get some very good progress right away, and before you ask, the optional mission here isn't necessarily required, because you're going for headshots anyways and the optional mission removes their body armor. I'd say it's not entirely worth it, unless you want to weaken them down, and it's a bit like in the casino heist where you weaken Duggan soldiers. They will also have less powerful weapons, but you can die here as much as you like. That's really not an issue here at all. Once you clear out the room, you can want to make your way to the telescope and then spot the Gauntlet Hellfire. It will always look the same way with the same livery, so just look out for it and you should be fine. It's pretty easy to spot. Once you've done that, you want to grab your tablet, and this is the point where you have to start paying attention, because you have the EMP drone and you can only fire that EMP shot 1 time. If you shoot it for a second time, you will fail it. It doesn't matter if you hit on target or if you hit nothing, you will only have 1 shot. So the best way to go about this, honestly, is to either wait at the location until the Gauntlet Hellfire passes, or just make your way towards it by going in the opposite direction like I'm doing on screen. As soon as you get close, make sure to get a quick shot on the gun Hellfire, and if done successfully with just the one shot, it will be disabled and you should be able to go and grab it. When you do so, while making your way down, there will be a few more enemies for you to shoot. Make sure to go for some more headshots to make sure you have plenty of headshots for that over 15 headshot challenge. Once you have acquired the gauntlet Hellfire, you want to wait until the meter is full, but you can already make your way to the opposite side of the arena and make your way to the exit to save yourself a few seconds. Once outside, it is time to start hauling some bouteille, because you need to make your way to Vinewood as fast as possible, because you only have a minute to reach How. Follow the route that I'm showing you on screen for the fastest way to get there, which is pretty much nothing but a straight line. And finally, we have the cargo ship robbery, which will require you to not be detected until you reach the bridge, have no life lost, so you cannot die at all, and have over 80% of the skylift health remaining. Now, the optional mission here could be a pretty decent pick, primarily if you really want to make sure that your skylift is not going to get damaged. But if you're pretty decent shot with a Sea Sparrow and like a buzzard type of missile lock-on system, then you should be alright here. I'd say that it makes the mission also a little bit more enjoyable, but we'll touch on that later. We'll start off with the reach a new bridge undetected. As soon as you're on the boat, you want to kind of just follow what I'm doing on screen. Make sure to shoot this guy on top here, and then as the helicopter lands, wait until these two guys are together and take them out in a rapid succession. Obviously, as you can tell, they are relatively slow to react, so if you are a console player, you should have plenty of time to still aim on at the next target and shoot him in the head as well. Once those two guys are down, you want to make your way to the right, but do be careful for the guard approaching that is coming towards you. He will be making a right, so just leave him to do what he is doing, and then make your way towards the two guards that are standing there in your way. Take them out in rapid succession one more time, and then simply keep running forward. The guy on your left that you can see on your map is above and cannot see you, so just keep on running and you will be okay. Keep a close eye on the guard on your left there. There could be potentially coming your way, but if he's not there, you can just simply run past and head up the stairs. Once arrived here, you want to pay extra attention to the guard that is there. Simply line up your shot, take him down, and then head up to the ladder and finally to the bridge. You will be looking for a door. Pay close attention. I have definitely walked past it upon my first playthrough, but we don't talk about that. As soon as you knock on the door, you have completed the undetected challenge, because as soon as you enter this, you will be detected and people will start going towards you. This is the point where it's probably a good idea to have your health and armor in check, and make sure to keep a close eye on that to make sure that you don't actually die. Search the captain and then make your way to the panel to unlock the locations of the containers, which you then have to go and search. The Sea Sparrow will of course be in front of you trying to shoot you down. It's a really good idea to either grab your minigun or any sort of like rocket launcher to take down the Sea Sparrow before you make your way down. A good way of doing so is by standing on the side here and just giving it a quick headshot. It's not very difficult to hit at all, and as far as I'm aware, the Sea Sparrow isn't all that's out to get you if you are quick enough. The rest of the mission really comes down to just keeping an eye on your health, and if you get shot, obviously shoot back. But the containers themselves, sadly, are a little bit luck based whether or not you get the right one, but you'll find it eventually. Once you find the correct one, you should be able to put a flare on the side of one of these crates, and then a skylift will come on in and pick it up for you. You can then make your way to the Sea Sparrow on the end of the ship, which will allow you to start protecting the skylift while it's making its way to its destination. If you had done the optional mission, there will only be two helicopters spawning in front of it, and after you take those two down, it really kind of becomes a thing of where you're just following the skylift around and you're not doing anything, which is one of the reasons why I said it's way more exciting to not do the optional mission, because you'll save some time and the finale becomes a bit more interesting. Having done the mission without having done the optional mission, I can tell you that if you are decent enough in the Sea Sparrow or a buzzard-like lock-on system on a helicopter, you'll probably be more than fine. But if you want to be extra sure about getting the challenge done, then I guess the optional mission would be a pretty decent idea to do. And aside from that, that is really all there is to it to these finale challenges. If you enjoyed the video or found this useful, make sure to leave it a like, subscribe for more, and become a member like Chloe, GTA Plus, Dan, Notorious Jam, and the Crystal Onyx. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later.